Okay, end of week 1, day 5, and you can see I've helped you out here with odds only. For those of us reading the math plans, right, remember this document way back when we gave you this stuff, please make sure you read this. It does have important stuff in there. And I want to actually track backwards, not start with day 5 yet, but go back to day 4. This page was the actual work. This is what I wanted you to focus on. And you can see here, this is just order of operations. And if you follow it through, again, these are relatively easy. Now, moving on to the challenge page, which I think almost all of you could have completed, at least most of the problems. There were a few on there that were challenging. I'm going to show you the answers and talk about them for a brief minute. Some of them were more fun than anything. I really enjoyed doing them, but I am the math teacher, so I get it. Something I should add as well, these aren't any of the, like for this one and this one, for example, these are the only situations you can get for these two. But there may be other solutions that exist for some of these. Like for this one, I can guarantee, like if you put 3 and 3 or 5 and 1, that one would work here. This first page is creating a numerical expression. So you can see that in some of them, if you're adding a number G to 6, you can think about what that means. Remember, addition is in the word, but all of the words that we're going to need to use, product, right? What does product mean? What is a factor? What is a quotient? What is a divisor? What is a dividend? All those fun math words. In addition, let's see the pun there. In addition, we're going to need to focus on which ones are commutative and which ones are not. So for example, in this, if I say add a number G to 6 or add 6 to a number G, it amounts to the same thing. But that's not going to be true for 12 decreased by a number D. Think, which one comes first, 12 or D? Give yourself an example. Don't use D. Make that number 100. Which one makes sense? What do I always say? Think money, food, family. Those are the 3 things that work for me, right? It works for most of us. So turn these into real life problems to make them make sense. You guys can definitely do this. I've actually given you an example for one of these of the way I want the work to look like, and you can see this page and this page are nearly identical, same type of work. Remember what that bar means, right? It means division. That's what we talked about. Okay. So let's take a look at some of the work for this. Okay, so you can see this is number 2 right here. N divided by 9 times 3 for n equals 81. I transpose that whole thing right here, and then I use my little upside down triangle. It's less of a triangle because it's a smaller problem, right? And these are expressions, not equations, right? You can recall this part is an equation, this is an expression. You could tell the people at home why. And I ended up circling my answer there. So that is your math for day 5. And yeah, have a great weekend, everyone. And I'll be on the classroom tomorrow, so let me know if you have any questions.